you understand?
Hey everybody, I'm Tony Jones, and welcome to the Tony Jones Show.
It's not enough. People are willing to take the risk. It's just sort of a herd mentality, a lemming-like mentality. If you don't go with the flow, you're anti-American and therefore a suspect.
The Tony Jones Show, featuring punk, rockabilly, psychobilly, and Providence, Rhode Island's finest, starts right now.
He's a dangerous militia member, I hear. Oh, and there she blows.
Friends, the time for mediocrity and broadcasting is over. My name is Tony Jones, and you are tuned in to the Tony Jones Show, your destination for talk and rock. Online at TonyJones.org. On Facebook, it's Facebook.com/Tony Jones Show. On the almighty Twitter, at TonyJonesNRI. Of course, I ask you each and every week, don't forget to check out RIFreeRadio.org. Yes, live radio, local music, kicking things off with some Those Alone. Get Away, the name of that track. Yes, the Olympics are on the television. Now, I'm not a big sports guy. However, as I'm watching some of the Olympic Games, I think to myself, how did this even become a competition? So, in just a little bit, I have a list of things that I think I would win a gold medal at if it became an Olympic sport. We'll get to that in just a few minutes. And just remember, folks, that I never take myself too seriously. September 4th, we're going to have the Rhode Island Free Radio anniversary party. We're going to talk about that in just a little bit. But, well, I'm running solo this week. No George Garner. He's on assignment, working on his new home. DJ Psycho Eddie is out there DJing. I believe he's DJing a wedding this week, so I'll be flying solo with you. You'll just hear my luxurious voice for, well, until the top of the hour. So coming up next, we're going to hear from a band who is playing what is just sounds like an awesome show. It's a full night of female-fronted rock and roll. Shred of Salvation, Whiskey Fire is going to be there. This band, Blind Revision, amongst a whole group of just all female-fronted music. It's going to be at the Met. Go to themetri.com. It's coming up this Friday, all night, every single band, female-fronted, including this band, Blind Revision. This track, Fights or Flight. You heard it here on The Tony Jones Show.
Right.
Yes, they are one of our favorites around here. You just heard from the Evil Streaks, Haunted Heart, the name of that one. Then before that, you heard from Blind Revision right here on the Tony Jones Show. Fight or Flight, the name of that track. I'll mention again, they're playing this Friday night at the Met, the all-female fronted vocals program this Friday at the Met. Go to themetri.com. You'll hear from the aforementioned Blind Revision, Whiskey Fire, our pals 1031, among others. It starts at 6 o'clock, going to go till closing time, I would assume. All ages down at the Met, which is great if you're, bringing the kids out to kind of get into some different music, or for the younger folks to be able to check out, there's the sleazy bar scene, the dives, the crap holes for FCC regulations that I love. And then you have these fine establishments like the Met where you can go and actually set out and enjoy a show like the one coming up Friday. Tony Jones here. You were tuned into the Tony Jones Show. TonyJones.org, Facebook.com/Tony Jones Show. I'm on the almighty Twitter at Tony Jones in RI. Be sure to go to rifreeradio.org. And I apologize if you hear any weird noises in the background during the talk segments here at the luxurious Rhode Island Free Radio studios. There's some real weirdos that live in the basement. Now, I'm almost 100% sure that you're not supposed to be living here. It's a studio space, but that's besides the point. But I apologize if there's any background noise that's leaking through. Again, we're here for the rent. We're not necessarily here for the ambiance at the Rhode Island Free Radio studios. The Rhode Island Free Radio anniversary party coming up September 4th. I'll talk about that in a bit. And as I mentioned at the top of the hour, the Olympics are upon us. Sometimes you're watching these things, you're thinking, how did this even become a sport? Well, I have my top 5 list of things. If they were Olympic sports, I would win a gold medal. But before that, we're going to hear a double shot here from Most Dangerous Men Alive, who unfortunately this past Friday they celebrated, or I guess celebrated isn't the right word. They had their last show ever, calling it quits, calling it shits, as local bands do from time to time. But, well, we love to play defunct bands here on the Tony Jones Show. So we'll hear 2 from Most Dangerous Men Alive, starting with Not Your Problem right here on the Tony Jones Show.
Staring at the photographs reminds me that I sometimes get a little too excited. Or maybe I'm retarded, but I see that now. And I can't change, but I don't want to. So burn all my pictures, 'cause I already did. Take a seat and pour yourself a glass and fix your problems, but don't fix mine. I'm sorry they were ever yours. You told me I needed some help. Well, I found a Bible on the shelf. It's halfway gone and I still can't find the answer, but what was the question anyway? Oh, you told me I should go to hell. Well, I'm halfway there and I'm never looking back. Well, honey, that's not your problem. I'm not your problem anymore. I know that you got mine. I try not to be bitter, and I hope you find the time to collect yourself before somebody breaks you down. Oh no, I probably shouldn't worry or forgive so easily. that makes me a better soul than you could ever be. So don't think about me, I'll be fine, not thinking about you. You told me I need some help. Well, I found a Bible on the shelf. It's halfway gone and I still can't find the answer, but what was the question anyway? Oh, you told me I should go ahead. Well, I'm halfway there and I'm never looking back. Oh, honey, that's not your problem. I'm not your problem anymore. Go to hell. I'm halfway there, and I'm never looking back. Oh, honey, that's not your problem. I'm not your problem anymore. Only thing I got to look forward to. Been up for far too long. Oh, something's gotta go wrong. Oh, I can feel it in my skin like all of my sin. And I have no time, but it's fine. Oh, it's fine by me. I guess I had it coming when I threw away the key. But when whiskey come knocking at my door, you know, baby, don't live it no more. Oh, she don't live it no more. Guess I had it coming when I threw away the key. But when whiskey come knocking at my door, you baby, don't live it no more. Oh, no, she don't live it no more. Yes, I had it coming when I threw away the key. Oh, not but when whiskey come knocking at my door, you know, baby, don't live it no more. Oh, but when baby, she come knocking at my door, you know, whiskey won't live in.
Women and Whiskey, the name of that one, coming out of two from Most Dangerous Men Alive, who played their final show this past Friday. Before that, I brought you into Not Your Problem, Most Dangerous Men Alive. Tony Jones here, flying solo on this week's Tony Jones Show. Facebook.com/Tony Jones Show. On the almighty Twitter at Tony Jones in RI. Don't forget to go to TonyJones.org and RIFreeRadio.org. If you go to Facebook.com/Tony Jones Show, you can get the skinny. Yes, that's right, the skinny, because I use dated 1990s adjectives these days. On the Rhode Island Free Radio Anniversary Show. It's happening Sunday, September 4th, 3 to 6 p.m. at the Rocky Point Clam Shack in Warwick, Rhode Island. We're going to have a rain day of the following Sunday because it's going to be an outdoor event. We'll be spinning tunes, giving stuff away. We're going to have discounts on food. There's going to be vendors. There's going to be acoustic acts. You don't want to miss it. And the best part is, as in the title of RI Free Radio, it is free. I mean, you can come and you can choose to dine at the Rocky Point Clam Shack, but as far as the event goes, it is a freebie. So hope you can all make it out. In just a few minutes, I want to tell you about my list of things. If they were Olympic sports, I would have a gold medal around my neck here. But before that, we're going to hear from a band making a comeback in just a few weeks' time. They were on the outs. They called it quits, and now they're going to head back out there. We're going to hear from Shore City, the ghost of John Crosland, right here on The Tony Jones Show.
Sold a frame and a little more of the captain still of the courthouse. We all wondered if he had time. The criminal was a crime. Captain Judge with the yellow twist of the knotted rope beside the bed. And there he stood, John Crossland, the status comes in bed. So innocent, we were with dread of the passing eyes of the buckshot men. Still want me crying and you see that you hang the rope on the gallows. The gallows stood on the courthouse lawn, right about a bond will be struck and done. He gave away and no one spoke out of respect for the hangman's clerk. And there he stood, John Crossland, the saddest comes in England. Down and he placed his hand on another man from another land. Again we breathe another's grief while the hangman's hand was separated. A twinkle grew in that buckshot eye. He gave a riddle instead replied. He says the best hangman said, hey, we'll learn the rope on the gallows tree. And there he stood, John Crossland, he said his ghost in England.
Oh, Bobby! Marijuana cigarettes!
Shut up! 1, 2, 3, 4! You say that you love me, you say I'll always be there. I look at you like you're done, you say I just don't care. Now you hate me and everybody hates me. Now you hate me, shut up. I say that I think you're good, you say I'm fucking weird. You said I need a haircut and I should drink some beer. Now you hate me and everybody hates me. Now you hate me, shut up. You said I'm a liar and I'm always a cheat. But maybe I would if you had been so sweet. Now you hate me and everybody hates me. Now you hate me, Everybody hates you. Now I hate you. Shut up. I wasn't around cause I was concussed. You said it's temporary. I don't mean so much. Now I hate you. Everybody hates you. Now I hate you. Shut up. You dig out fish and your brain is fucking fried. I don't agree with you. Said make a bad patch.
You just heard from the Grubs right here on the Tony Jones Show, inadvertently coming out of a double track of folks telling you to shut up. Everybody Hates Me, the name of that track. Before that, we heard from the Knockups, Shut Up, the name of that track. And before that, I brought you into a band who called it quits. Now they're calling it Unquits. We heard from a band that's been in this very studio and hopefully will be coming back very soon. We heard from Shore City, The Ghost of John Crosland. You heard it here on the Tony Jones Show. I've been hyping it up all hour ever since the beginning of the show. Flipping through the channels now, you guys all know if you've listened to this show, I'm not a sports guy. I understand that folks are into the Olympics. I understand that folks are into baseball and the football. It's just not for me. Not that I'm poo-pooing on anybody that's into it. I just don't get it, and it's not for me. Now, I am a professional wrestling fan, so I understand if you may not get that. But, you know, I'm watching the Olympics. It's on a whole bunch of different channels. And there's just random things like kayaking and canoeing and shotgun shooting. And I'm thinking to myself, how the heck did these become Olympic sports? And I got to thinking, what things would I be good at if we could make them Olympic sports? I could walk away with a gold medal. I could be on the cover of the Wheaties box if any of these 5 things eventually, maybe somehow, could become an Olympic sport. Starting at number 5, eating off of food trucks. If eating off of a food truck ever becomes an Olympic sport, Tony Jones is walking away with a gold. Number 4, watching crappy movies. I love the B'est of the B. And, you know, sometimes the fact that I can actually set through the whole B movie, that warrants at least a silver medal, if not a gold. Hoarding local music. Now, I just moved into a place where I have a second room, and that has become a music, tiki, comic book, toy. It's supposed to be an office, but it just has all this crazy stuff in there. And I'm going through, organizing stuff, figuring out what I want to keep and what I want to send down to Sal's Boutique, you know, the Salvation Army. And I realized that I have been hoarding the past 20 years of local music. So if that ever becomes an Olympic sport, I've got the gold. Number 2, Almost Dying. I have that one on lock. Probably getting the bronze, the silver, and the gold if Almost Dying becomes an Olympic sport. And number 1, drum roll please, listening to podcasts, something that you might be doing right now, so you might be in competition with me for the gold. But if listening to podcasts ever becomes an Olympic quote-unquote sport, I think I'm in good chances of picking up the gold medal. Now, you can keep the actual gold medal. What I want is the gold outline with a piece of chocolate inside, if that's possible. Up next here on the Tony Jones Show, we're going to hear from our good pals Wolfman, Chuck, and the Brimstone Boys. Here's Lucille. You heard it here on the Tony Jones Show.
A real slugger, her tip covered by wire. Like it's crying, plants dying, a loose heel smashing in the back, yeah. Lucille, any minute by the bowl. Lucille, the choice was always yours. Wood, a real slugger, her tip coated by wire. Like it's crying, plants dying, Lucille smashing in the back, yeah. Lucille, any mo. Itty, bitty, mighty, mo. Itty, bitty, mighty, mo. Itty, bitty, mighty, mo. Lucy Hill, the Jaws, the Joey Jaws. Lucy Hill, itty, bitty, mighty, mo. Lucy Hill.
Well, wake up. Good morning. It's a lovely day out there, isn't it, people? And all you folks out there not want to live your life to the fullest, thinking about tomorrow, I do not envy you at all. There's a little sun in the sky telling us not to lie. Her touch is gonna bring me to my knees. There is magic on the street I live. Her touch and the love in her eyes. Oh, I feel it's alright as soon as she comes alive. Take another trip and do it all again now. Take another chance on the day that we borrow. Give another kiss, yeah, I need it now. Let your mother's love penetrate your sound. Let your mother's love penetrate your sound. I can see it in her eyes. I will take you down to the kitchen of love. Take you to the kitchen of love. Take you to the kitchen of love. Take you to the kitchen of love. I will take you down to the kitchen of love. To the kitchen of love. Well, she came from the skies high. Let's all get higher. Come on. Let me touch your face, let me kiss you, let me love your embrace, let me hold you, till the day that I die, let me kiss you, till my lips get dry. I guess those two-faced like a snake on the grasses, make the snake go natural. I will take you down to the kitchen of love. Take you 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 to the, take you to the, take you to the kitchen of love. I will take you down to the kitchen of love. To the kitchen of love.
It's nothing more than lies, but that's only an ugly word when you make it seem that way. I'm reading between the lines. I'm searching for the signs hidden in this endless day. Fine, it's nothing more than time. Well, I'm just taking mine before it turns into taking mine before it turns into time. It's just a nicer word for taking all your worth and throwing it away. Time. It's just a nicer way to show the price you pay when you throw it all away. Fine, it's nothing more than time. Well, I'm just taking mine before it turns into face was showing me my place, taking payment for my stay. Time is just another way, it's just another day, and so I dream it all away. Fine, it's nothing more than time. Well, I'm just taking mine before it turns into
Time, the name of that one off of The Big Oh No. You just heard from the Can't Nots right here on the Tony Jones Show. Before that, our Swedish friends, the Red Fuze, Kitchen of Love. The name of that one, Testify, Red Fuze, Testify about the Kitchen of Love. And the last time we chatted, I brought you into some Wolfman, Chuck, and the Brimstone Boys, Lucille, the name of that track. And with that, I am just about out of time. And the reason I tell you I'm just about out of time is because I want to leave you with another double shot this week. We're going to go out with two from Pistol Shot Gypsy, and I want to have time to get to as much as that as possible. We're going to start off with Troy City Blues, and hopefully we'll get to all of Just My Luck, a double shot from Pistol Shot Gypsy to bring you out of this week's Tony Jones Show. Facebook.com/Tony Jones Show, on the almighty Twitter at Tony Jones in RI. Be sure to go to TonyJones.org and RIFreeRadio.org. I hope you can join us on September 4th. Don't forget, go to TonyJones.org, click on the contact page, or RIFreeRadio.org, click on the contact page if you'd like to be in studio. If you have music for us, that is how you get in contact. Oh, yes, that's why it's called the contact page. Hey, thanks for tuning in and hanging out with me this week. Especially means a lot to me because I've been laid up with severe back pain for the past 2 days, and the fact that I was able to make it down to the studio and do the show this week is actually a very good thing for me. I kind of forced myself to get down here. So I know I thank you each and every week for tuning in and hanging out with me, but it means especially a lot this week for you tuning in and hanging out with me. And don't forget to check us out live if you can't. We're in podcast form just about everywhere. iTunes, we're on Google Play now, Podcast DE. The list goes on and on. I can't even keep track of the list myself. But if you can't catch us live, check us out in podcast form. All right, a double shot of some more local music here on the Tony Jones Show. Two from Pistol Shot Gypsy, starting out with Troy City Blues. And this is where I say, bye, everybody. Bye.
life's gonna go back to normal.
Hey, I like your ankle tattoos.